Matthew and Luke, the only New Testament writers who present pictures, sometimes contradictory, of Jesus' infancy and childhood, did not intend to give a chronicle of the early life of Jesus. They wrote introductions to their accounts of the life, death, and resurrection of the man, Jesus. So they left out details of his teething, first steps, toilet training, weaning, puberty, and all the other events of his early life that we must assume occurred. Their infancy and childhood narratives are meant to tell us about the adult, and only about him. So then, what does the story of Jesus in the temple tell us about the vocation of Jesus? Throughout his gospel and the Acts of the Apostles, Luke lays stress upon the Jerusalem temple. It's Luke who tells of Jesus saying that to his parents that the temple is his Father's house. Luke shows us the infant Jesus being carried into the temple, not a usual practice in those days when Jews were scattered all over Israel and the rest of the world. The message is that Jesus is the one who, from the moment of his coming, really belongs in the temple because he is the real divine presence among the people of God. When, guided by the Spirit, Simeon came into the temple, he was seeking the Lord. When he found him, he said a prayer that proclaims Jesus as the fulfillment of all the hopes of those who rely upon God's promise. Not only that, Simeon also praises God because Jesus is the fulfillment of the unspoken hopes and dreams of those who do not even know God. My eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the presence of all peoples. Then Simeon tells Mary that Jesus is a sign that is opposed, and that she herself will be pierced with a sword. Traditionally, this is taken to refer to her pain at the crucifixion. However, it has a broader meaning, one that includes all of us. We believers, like Mary, are faced over and over again with Jesus forcing us to make a decision to follow him, a decision that can be heartrending because it is ultimately an embrace of the cross. Then comes Anna. Luke doesn't put any words into her mouth, but in a sense, she is a more important speaker than Simeon. He talks to Mary and Joseph. Anna spoke about the child to all who were looking for the redemption of Jerusalem. In other words, Anna is a model of the church, the community that speaks of Jesus to all who are looking for redemption. We're all seekers. Some of us may say that we're looking for God. Most of us probably put it in different terms. We're looking for love, for happiness, for peace, for some sort of answer to a deep down unease we feel but cannot put into words. This searching is one of the things that appears to distinguish us from other animals. In our seeking, we sometimes settle for answers that eventually show themselves to be no answers at all. Sadly, many of us then decide there either is no answer or that the very quest is a neurosis rather than one of the God-given glories of humanity. If there were no answer to our search and longing, then indeed our lives would be futile. What use is there for a hunger that cannot be filled? What sense can there be to an existence defined in part by something that's meaningless? But there is an answer. That is what the temple was all about. It was a proclamation in stone that God was present among the people, and that their search leads to a real place. That real place is not merely a building. It's the presence of God. That presence is not limited to a particular building or location or people or even a religion. It is a person who can come to us and be with us anywhere, anytime. It is Jesus in what he said, what he did, what he was, and what he is. So Simeon and Anna went to the temple and met the Lord. the answer to their search, and ours that God has prepared in the presence of all peoples, including us.